My beloved child, I come to you today not as a distant figure shrouded in mystery, but as your Savior, your friend, your Lord who knows the depths of your heart. I am Jesus Christ, the one who walked among you, who bled for you, who rose again to show you that nothing, absolutely nothing, is beyond my power. Have you heard the stories? The blind seeing, the lame walking, the dead breathing once more. These are not mere tales of old. They are glimpses of who I am, the God who does the impossible. And today, I am speaking directly to you, right where you sit, right where your heart beats with questions, with hopes, with fears. I see you, my child. I see the doubts that flicker in your mind like shadows in a storm. You've heard of my power, perhaps even felt its touch in fleeting moments of grace. But deep down, do you truly believe? Do you trust that I can defy the odds stacked against you? That I can weave miracles into the fabric of your life? I'm not asking this to shame you. No, never that. I'm asking because I long for you to know me fully, to lean into the truth that what seems impossible to you is but a breath to me. I parted seas, I calmed storms, I conquered death itself. I did it all for you. This moment is no accident. You're not reading these words by chance. I've drawn you here because I want you to hear my voice above the noise of your day. The world is loud, isn't it? It shouts with worries, with demands, with distractions that pull you away from me. But right now, I'm calling you back. I'm whispering to your spirit. Trust me. Believe in me. I am the God who does the impossible, and I do it for you. You might be carrying burdens that feel too heavy, doubts about your future, questions about whether your situation is too far gone. Let me assure you, my child, there's no mountain too high, no valley too deep, no problem too tangled for my hands to unravel. What do you see when you look at your life? A wall that won't budge, a dream that feels out of reach, a wound that refuses to heal. I see something different. I see opportunity. I see a canvas where my power can paint something beautiful. The impossible is my specialty, my beloved. Where you see limits, I see beginnings. Where you feel trapped, I see a door waiting to swing wide. But I need you to believe. Faith is the key, the spark that ignites my work in your life. Without it, you'll stay stuck in the what-ifs and if-onlys. With it, you'll see mountains move. I know it's hard. The world has taught you to trust only what you can see, touch, measure. But I'm asking you to trust what you cannot see yet. Think of the fisherman who cast his nets all night and caught nothing. I told him to try again, and he did, though it made no sense. The result? Nets bursting with fish. That's what I offer you. A miracle that defies logic. A breakthrough that silences doubt. But you must take that step. You must say, "Yes, Lord, I believe." Let me tell you a story from my time on earth. A woman, sick for 12 years, pushed through a crowd just to touch the hem of my robe. Doctors had failed her. Hope had faded, but she believed. And in that moment of faith, my power flowed, and she was healed. That's not a story of the past. It's a promise for your present. I haven't changed. My power hasn't weakened. What I did then, I can do now. For you. So, my child, stay with me. Don't let this moment slip away. I'm speaking to your heart because I want you to know me as the God who turns impossibility into testimony. You might feel overwhelmed, like the waves are too high, the night too dark. But I'm here, walking on those waves, shining light into that darkness. I need you to hear every word, because this isn't just another message. It's my voice calling you to trust, to hope, to expect the miraculous. This is your invitation, your moment to believe again. Are you ready? Let's begin. My beloved child, do you ever feel unseen? Like the world spins on without noticing the ache in your soul, the tears you hide, the battles you fight in silence. I know those moments. I see them. I am Jesus, the one who knelt in the dust to lift the broken, who looked into the eyes of the outcast and called them mine. And right now, I'm looking at you. I see you. Every tear you've cried, every sleepless night, every time you felt like giving up, nothing escapes my notice. Not the smallest detail of your life, not the quietest whisper of your prayers. You might wonder if anyone truly understands if anyone truly cares. Let me tell you, my child, I do. I see the burdens you carry, the weight of fears and uncertainties that press down on you. I see the pain you've buried deep, the struggles no one else knows about. I see how hard you try, how deeply you love, how much you've sacrificed. And I want you to know, your efforts are not wasted. You are not invisible to me. When a world moves on as if you don't exist, I stop. I turn to you. I call your name. I walk this earth, my beloved. I felt the sting of rejection, the heaviness of sorrow. I wept in Gethsemane. I carried a cross up a hill. I know what it's like to feel alone, to wonder if the struggle will ever end. But I also know the Father's love, the strength that comes from His presence. And that's what I offer you now. You don't have to carry these burdens alone. I'm here, closer than your next breath, ready to hold you when you feel like you're falling apart. Think of the woman caught in shame, surrounded by accusers with stones in their hands. The crowd saw her sin, but I saw her heart. I knelt beside her, wrote in the dirt, and sent her accusers away. Neither do I condemn you. I said, that's my heart for you, my child. I see your pain, but I also see your potential. I see the strength I've placed within you, the faith that's growing even through the fire. Your struggles don't mean I've left you. They're an invitation to lean on me. Picture this, a child lost in a storm, crying out for help. The father doesn't stand far off, watching. He runs through wind, through rain, to scoop that child in his arms. That's me with you. When the waves crash, I walk on them to reach you. When the darkness closes in, I am the light that guides you home. You're never too far, never too broken, never too lost for me to find you. I see every moment you've felt overwhelmed, every time you've wondered if you're enough. You are enough, not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. My love for you isn't a fleeting thing. It's not shaken by your doubts or dimmed by your failures. It's steadfast, eternal, a fire that never burns out. I carried that love to the cross, where I poured out my blood to claim you as my own. You're seen, my child. You are loved. You are never alone. Even when you feel like the world has forgotten you, I haven't. I'm weaving every challenge into a greater purpose, turning your tears into a testimony of my grace. So lift your eyes, my beloved. Let go of the lie that you're unseen or forgotten. I'm with you, for you always. When you feel like the storm is too great, remember, I'm greater. When you feel weak, I'm your strength. When you feel lost, I'm your guide. You don't have to prove anything to me. Just rest in this truth. I see you, I know you, and I love you more than words can hold. You are mine, and that will never change. My beloved child, do you believe in miracles? Not just as stories from a dusty book, but as living, breathing realities that can break into your life today. I am Jesus, the one who turned water into wine, who fed thousands with a few loaves, who called Lazarus from the tomb. My power hasn't faded. My presence hasn't weakened. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I am here, ready to work wonders for you. You've heard of my deeds, haven't you? How I stood before the Red Sea, stretched out my hand through Moses, and made a highway through the waves. How I silenced the lions' mouths for Daniel, shielding him in their den. How I rose from the grave, shattering death's grip. These aren't just tales to marvel at. They're proofs of who I am. I am the God of miracles, the one who bends the laws of nature, who turns despair into hope, who makes the impossible bow before me. And what I did then, I could do now. For you. Look at your life, my child. What feels impossible? A relationship that's broken beyond repair. A dream that's slipped through your fingers. A sickness that lingers. A fear that won't let go. Bring it to me. Don't shrink back, thinking your problem is too big or too small. I'm not limited by what you see. The waves that threaten to drown you, I walk on them. The storms that rage, I hush them with a word. The graves that hold your hopes, I call life from them. My power is boundless, my love unstoppable. When I walk the earth, a father came to me, desperate for his daughter. She was dead. They said, too late for hope. But I went anyway. Do not fear, only believe. I told him, and with a touch, I brought her back. That's my heart, my child. I don't turn away from the hopeless. I step into it. I specialize in the impossible because it's where my glory shines brightest. Your situation isn't beyond me. It's an invitation for me to show you what I can do. But here's the key. You must believe. Faith is the spark that lights the fuse of my power. Without it, you'll stay trapped in doubt, seeing only walls. With it, you'll see doors I've already opened. Think of the blind man I met on the road. What do you want? I asked. To see, he said. Simple faith, bold trust. And his eyes were opened. That's what I'm asking of you. Tell me what you need. Trust me with what you cannot fix. I'm not a God who sits idly by. I act. I move. I redeem. My presence is your strength, my child. When I'm with you, the impossible becomes possible. Remember the storm on the sea? My disciples were terrified, but I was there, sleeping in the boat. One word from me. Peace, be still. And the winds obeyed. I'm in your boat too, even when you can't feel me. My presence doesn't depend on your senses. It's a fact, a promise, a shield around you. When you're weak, I'm strong. When you're lost, I'm near. When you're surrounded, I'm fighting. Don't limit me, my beloved. Don't box me into what you think I can do. I'm not bound by time, logic, or circumstance. I'm the God who makes streams and deserts, who turns ashes into beauty. Your impossible is my playground. So trust me. Dare to believe I can do what no one else can. Open your heart and watch my power flow. I'm ready to move in ways you've never imagined. Ways that will leave you in awe. Ways that will turn your story into a song of praise. Are you ready to see my miracles? I am. My beloved child, I know waiting is hard. I see you praying, hoping, believing. And yet when the answers don't come right away, your heart grows heavy. You wonder if I've forgotten you, if your cries have faded into silence. I haven't forgotten, my child. I am Jesus, the one who waited in the tomb for 3 days, who trusted the Father's timing even when all seemed lost. And I'm here to tell you, my timing is perfect, and I'm working even now. You want to rush ahead, don't you? To fix things, to force doors open, to carry the weight of your world on your shoulders. But I never meant for you to bear it alone. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, I said. I meant it. Lay down, my child. The fears, the worries, the plans you clutch so tightly, bring them to me. I want to trade your heavy load for my peace, your striving for my rest. I'm not asking you to have all the answers. I'm asking you to trust me with the questions. Think of my friend Lazarus. His sisters waited, pleading for me to come when he was sick. I delayed, not because I didn't care, but because I saw the bigger picture. By the time I arrived, he'd been dead 4 days. Too late, they thought. But I knew. I called them out of that tomb, and their mourning turned to joy. That's my timing, my beloved. Not always what you expect, but always what you need. What feels like delay to you is my preparation, my protection, my provision. I see the full story, my child. You see the moment, the pain, the closed doors, the unanswered prayers. But I see the roads ahead, the dangers you don't know, the blessings you're not yet ready for. My delays aren't denials. They're divine. I told my people through Isaiah, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. That's my promise to you. The things you're waiting for aren't being withheld. They're being perfected. And when they come, you'll see it was worth every moment. But trust is hard, isn't it? The world tells you to take control, to rely on yourself. I'm asking something different. Surrender. Picture yourself at my feet, hands open, releasing every burden. Feel the weight lift as I take it. My shoulders carried a cross. They can carry your cares. My strength raised me from the grave. It can raise you from despair. You don't have to fight every battle alone. I'm your refuge, your help, your peace. When I walked the earth, I rested in the Father's will. Even in the garden, sweating blood, I said, not my will, but yours. That's the trust I want to invite you into. Let me lead. Let me align the details. I know what you need, when you need it, how you need it. Waiting isn't a sign I've left you. It's a sign I'm working. Hold on, my child. Don't force what I'm preparing. Rest in me, and watch how I turn your waiting into wonder. My peace is yours. Take it, my beloved child. I see you standing at the edge of your patience. your heart heavy with questions, your hands trembling under burdens you've carried too long. I am Jesus, the one who waited in the garden, who trusted the Father's will even as the cross loomed before me. I know waiting is hard. You pray, you plead, you pour out your soul, and when the silence stretches on, you wonder if I've turned away. I haven't, my child. I'm here, closer than you know, working in ways your eyes can't yet see. You live in a world that rushes, don't you? A world of instant answers, texts that ping in seconds, packages that arrive overnight, news that flashes before you can blink. Waiting feels like failure there, like you're falling behind. But I'm not bound by that rhythm. My timing isn't a clock ticking on your wall. It's a symphony, every note played at the perfect moment. I see you straining to fix what's broken, a job that slipped away, a loved one who's drifted, a dream that stalled. You want to force the pieces together to carry the weight until it fits. But I'm asking you to stop. Lay it down. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. I said in Matthew 11 verse 28, and I'll give you rest. That's my promise, my child. Not just words, but a lifeline. Think of my time on earth. Lazarus, my friend, lay dying, and his sisters sent for me. They waited, watching his breath fade, expecting me to rush in. I didn't. I stayed where I was. 2 more days. Too late, they thought when I arrived. 4 days in the tomb, hope buried with him. But I knew. I saw the glory waiting beyond their tears. Lazarus, come out. I called. And he did. Alive, unwrapped, a miracle they couldn't have planned. That's my timing, my beloved. Not yours, not the world's, but mine. Perfect, deliberate, designed for your good. Today, you face your own waiting rooms. Maybe it's a diagnosis that lingers, no cure in sight, and you're counting days in fear. Or a child who's wandered far, drugs, anger, silence, and you're begging me to bring him home. Perhaps it's a paycheck that doesn't come, bills stacking like stones on your chest. You're tempted to take control, to hammer at the problem until it bends. But I'm whispering, trust me. What feels like delay to you is my preparation. I'm shielding you from dangers you don't see, opportunities you're not ready for, outcomes that need time to ripen. I told my people through Isaiah, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 60 verse 22. That's not a maybe. It's a certainty. Surrender is hard. I know. You've been taught to fight, to hustle, to carry your load alone. The world praises the self-made, the ones who never stop. But I'm different. I carried a cross so you wouldn't have to carry your shame. I rose from a grave so you wouldn't have to bear your fears. Picture this. You, kneeling before me, hands open, letting go of every worry, rent due, a parent's illness, a marriage fraying at the edges. Feel the weight lift as I take it. My shoulders are broad enough. I held the sins of the world. My strength is deep enough. I conquered death itself. I'm your refuge, your peace, your help when a night grows long. In your life now, waiting might look like scrolling job boards with no replies, each rejection a sting, or sitting by a hospital bed, machines beeping, praying for a turn. It's checking your phone for a message that never comes, wondering if reconciliation is a lost cause. I see that ache, my child, but I'm working. That job delay, I'm aligning something better, a role that fits your gifts, not just your needs. That silence from your loved one, I'm softening their heart, even if you can't see it yet. That sickness, I'm weaving healing, whether here or in eternity. Trust me with the timing. Don't force what I'm perfecting. When I knelt in Gethsemane, sweat like blood on my brow, I could have called angels to save me. I didn't. I surrendered to the Father's plan, and it led to your salvation. That's the trust one invite you into. Let me lead. Let me carry what you can't. In your apartment, your car, your quiet moments, whisper, I trust you, Jesus. Release the need to know when or how. My peace will guard your heart, a peace the world can't steal. Philippians 4 verse 7. Waiting isn't punishment. It's my love, shaping you for what's ahead. Hold on, my child. Rest in me. Your breakthrough is coming, and it'll be worth every tear. My beloved child, there's a thief prowling around you, a liar who wants to steal your peace, kill your hope, destroy your faith. I am Jesus, the one who faced him in the desert, who broke his power on the cross. I've already won my child, but he's cunning. He whispers in the shadows of your mind, doubts that twist your trust, fears that choke your joy. I'm here to arm you with truth, to show you how to stand firm on my promises when his lies come howling. You know his voice, don't you? It's the hiss in the night that says, "You're alone. Where's your God now?" It's the sneer when you fail, a missed deadline, a harsh word you can't take back, telling you you're not enough. It's the weight on your chest when headlines scream chaos, wars, floods, division, and he taunts, "This is too big, even for him." He's a liar, my child, and I've defeated him. I said in John 10 verse 10, he comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I came to give you life, abundant and free. His words are smoke. My victory is stone. I faced him head on, you know. After 40 days without food, weak in body but strong in spirit, he slithered up, turned stones to bread. He tempted, "Jump, brother, you're safe. Bow to me, take the easy way." Each time, I struck back with the Father's word. Man lives by God's truth. Don't test the Lord. Worship only him. He fled, powerless against my truth. That's your weapon too, my beloved, the sword of my promises. When he snarls you're weak, say, "My strength is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. When he claims I've left, shout, "He'll never forsake me." Hebrews 13 verse 5. When he looms large, declare, "The battle is the Lord's." Exodus 14 verse 14. Today, his lies were modern masks. You scroll your phone, see perfect lives, houses, vacation, smiles, and he whispers, "You'll never measure up." You turn on the news, hear of shootings, pandemics, layoffs, and he sneers, "Your God's asleep." You lose a friend to betrayal, a job to cuts, and he hisses, "You're forgotten." Don't listen, my child. Stand on my word. I said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Isaiah 54 verse 17. That's not poetry, it's power. His arrows bounce off when you lift my truth as your shield. Think of Peter, locked in chains, guards at every door. The enemy thought he'd won. Silence my apostle, stop my church. But I sent an angel, broke the irons, swung the gates wide. Peter walked free, and the liar lost again. That's my power in your life too. That addiction gripping your brother, I'm breaking its hold. That anxiety clawing your mind, I'm calming it with peace. That loneliness after divorce, death, distance, I'm filling it with my presence. The enemy roars, but I reign. In your world, my child, use my promises like a megaphone. Wake up to bills you can't pay. Say, "My God supplies all my needs." Philippians 4 verse 19. Face a boss who belittles you. Declare, "I'm fearfully and wonderfully made." Psalm 139 verse 14. Watch friendships fade. Proclaim, "I'm with you always." Matthew 28 verse 20. Speak them loud. Write them down. Pray them bold. The enemy hates my word. It's his kryptonite. He'll slink away when you wield it. I'm fighting for you, my beloved. Every lie he spins, I unravel. Every trap he sets, I dismantle. You're not alone. I'm your warrior. You're not powerless. I'm your strength. You're not defeated. I've won. In your cubicle, your kitchen, your car, stand firm. Call his bluff with my truth. Greater is he in me than he in the world. 1 John 4 verse 4. That's your battle cry. Trust me. Rest in me and watch his shadows flee. You're mine, and no lie can change that. Amen. Part 6. Faithfulness through trials and preparation for breakthrough. 2,000 words. My beloved child, I see the storms battering your life, the waves of loss, the winds of doubt, the rain of pain. I am Jesus, the one who hung on a cross, who walked out of a tomb, who knows every tear you shed. Your trials weigh on you, don't they? They test your hope, stretch your faith. But I'm here to tell you, they're not the end. They're the forge where I'm shaping you, the soil where your breakthrough will bloom. Look back, my child. Haven't I been faithful? That night you cried over a failing grade, a lost love, a doctor's call. Didn't I carry you through? Maybe not with the answer you begged for, but with strength to stand, peace to sleep, A door that opened when others shut. Remember the job you landed after months of no. The friend who called when you felt alone. The sunrise after your darkest hour. That was me, my beloved, threading grace through your story, proving I never leave. Think of Joseph, my servant, betrayed, enslaved, imprisoned. Years of trials that could have crushed him, but I was there, unseen, turning chains into a crown. He rose to rule Egypt, saving nations. Or David, a shepherd boy, hiding from spears while anointed king. I refined him in caves, tuned his heart with psalms, then set him on a throne. Your trials are like that, my child, not punishment, but preparation. I said in Romans 8 verse 28, all things work together for good for those who love me. Every struggle, every tear, I'm weaving them into gold. Today, your trials might be a layoff, leaving you scrambling for rent while resumes vanish into silence, or a parent fading to dementia, their memories slipping like sand, and you're grieving them while they're still here. Maybe it's addiction, yours or someone's you love. Relapse after relapse, hope dangling just out of reach. I know it hurts, my child. The fire burns hot, the night feels endless. But I'm refining you. That job loss. I'm teaching you trust, opening a path you'd never have taken. That fading mind. I'm deepening your love, storing treasures in eternity. That addiction. I'm building resilience, readying a testimony to free others. When I walked to Calvary, nails tore my flesh, thorns pierced my brow. It looked like defeat. My disciples fled, my mother wept, but the Father was working. 3 days later, I rose, and death lost its sting. Your trials are your Friday, my beloved, painful, confusing, but Sunday's coming. I'm not wasting your hurt. I'm turning it into something beautiful, a story that'll light the way for others, a faith that'll stand unshakable. In your life now, hold on. Don't curse the fire. It's purifying you. Don't dread the wait. It's strengthening you. That eviction notice. I've got a home for you, here or beyond. That chemo drip, I'm your healer, in body or soul. That silent foam, I'm mending what's broken, even if it takes time. Trust the process. Like a tree in winter, you're growing roots, deep, tough, ready for spring. One day, you'll look back and see. Every trial was a stepping stone to triumph. My faithfulness is your rock, my child. I've never failed. Not when you passed that test, not when you survived that wreck, not when you stood at that grave and still breathed. In your apartment, your church, your heart. Lift your eyes. See my track record. Let it fuel your hope. Your breakthrough's near. A job, a healing, a reunion, and it'll shine brighter for the wait. I'm turning your pain into purpose. Trust me, my beloved child, we've journeyed far together, through doubts, storms, battles, trials, and now I want you to rest in this. I love you. I am Jesus, the one who left glory to walk your dust, who bled to claim you, who lives to hold you close. My love isn't a prize you win. It's a river flowing free, washing over you always. And because I love you, I do the impossible, today, tomorrow, forever. You're tired, aren't you? Tired of fighting, bills, fears, regrets. Tired of proving to bosses, friends, yourself. The world's a treadmill, always demanding more. Work harder, be better, carry it all. But I'm not the world. I'm your savior. Stop running, my child. Lay your burdens down. I didn't hang on that cross to watch you stagger. I hung there to lift you up. I move mountains, calm seas, redeem ashes. No fight's too big. No doors too locked. No heart's too lost for me. Trust me with it. My love doesn't waver. You stumble, yell your kid, miss a prayer, chase a bottle, and think I'll turn away. I won't. I'm the shepherd who left 99 for one, scrambling over rocks to find you. I'm the father who ran to his prodigal, arms wide, no questions asked. My scars scream it. Nails spear thorns for you, my child. Every drop of blood says you're mine, no matter what. Even when you doubt me, when you hide, I stay, knocking, calling, loving. Today, that love meets you where you are, struggling with rent in a cramped apartment. I see you, and I'm providing, maybe not a mansion, but enough. Nursing a grudge after a coworker's slight. I'm softening your heart, offering peace. Staring at an empty chair where someone used to sit. I'm your comfort, here and beyond. My love's practical. It feeds 5,000 with loaves, heals lepers with a touch, pulls Peter from waves. It's not just words, it's power, breaking chains in your life right now. Rest in it, my beloved. Stop wrestling what I've won. That promotion you're chasing, I'll open the right door, not just any. That diagnosis you fear, I'm your healer, body, mind, soul. That loneliness you mask with screens, I'm your friend, closer than a brother. Keep walking in faith, even when fog hides the path. Keep trusting, even when dawn delays. Keep believing, even when miracles wait. I'm working, stitching your story into something glorious, something that'll echo my name. Think of the thief beside me, gasping on his cross. No time left, no good deeds to offer, just a plea. Remember me. I did more, promised in paradise that day. That's my love, my child, swift, deep, unstoppable. Your breakthrough's coming, a bill paid, a wound mended, a purpose found. It'll dazzle you, turn your sobs into songs. Will you rest in me? Will you trust my love? In your world, my love's your lifeline. Traffic jams, deadlines, news alerts, chaos pulls at you. But I'm your anchor. Whisper my name in the grocery line, the ER, the silence. Jesus, I trust you. Feel my peace settle in. A peace phones can't ping away. I'm with you on buses and cubicles at gravesides, always. No storm uproots you. No lie undoes you. No night outlasts you. I've overcome. And you'll too. Rest, my child. Expect my impossible. You're mine, and I'm yours. Amen. My beloved child, there's a battle you don't always see. A war for your heart, your peace, your faith. I am Jesus, the one who faced the enemy in the wilderness, who crushed his head on the cross. And I'm here to warn you, the enemy will whisper lies to make you doubt me. He'll tell you you're alone, unworthy, forsaken. But listen to me. He is a liar, and I've already won. You've heard his voice, haven't you? In the quiet moments, when fear creeps in, when the storms rage. God doesn't care, he hisses. You're too broken. Your prayers don't matter. These are arrows meant to pierce your soul, to steal your joy, to rob your hope. But I'm your shield, my child. No weapon formed against you will prosper. I promise that. The enemy may try, but he will fail when you stand in my truth. I face him myself, you know. After 40 days of fasting, he came to me with temptations, twisting words to trap me. But I answered with the Father's truth, and he fled. That's your power too, the sword of my word. When he says you're weak, tell him my strength is perfect in your weakness. When he says I've left you, remind him I'll never forsake you. When he says the fight is too big, declare that I've already overcome. My victory is yours, my beloved. My promises are your armor. I said, do not fear, for I am with you. I said, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. These aren't empty words. They're unbreakable truths, forged in my blood, sealed by my resurrection. When the enemy roars, stand on them. Speak them aloud. Watch his lies crumble. He wants you to forget who you are, mine, chosen, loved. But I'll never let you go. Think of Peter in prison, chained and guarded. The enemy thought he'd won. But I sent an angel, broke the chains, opened the gates. That's my power, my child. The enemy's plans can't hold against me. Whatever he's thrown at you, doubt, despair, division, I'm greater. I'm fighting for you, unraveling his schemes, turning his attacks into stepping stones for your faith. So don't listen to him, my beloved. Don't let his noise drown out my voice. You're not alone. I'm here. You're not powerless. I'm your strength. You're not defeated. I've won. Use my promises as your weapon. Declare them over your life. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. These words aren't just comfort, they're power. They silence the liar and lift you above the fray. I'm calling you to stand firm, my child. The enemy's lies are loud, but my truth is louder. His threats are fierce, but my love is fiercer. You're a conqueror through me, and no deception can change that. Trust me. Lean on me. Let my promises be your rock. I've overcome, and because you're mine, you will too. Amen. My beloved child, I know your trials feel heavy. The struggles, the setbacks, the nights when tears are your only company. I see them all. I am Jesus, the one who endured the cross, who walked through the valley of death to bring you life. And I'm here to tell you, your pain has purpose. Your trials aren't the end. They're the soil where your greatest victories will grow. Look back, my child. Can you see my hand in your story? The prayers you whispered in desperation. Didn't I answer them? Maybe not how you expected, but always how you needed. The moments you thought you'd break. Didn't I hold you together? That wasn't chance. That was me. I've carried you through every storm, provided when you had nothing, guided when you were lost. My faithfulness hasn't wavered, and it never will. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery, locked in a cell, years of waiting, years of wondering. But I was there, shaping him, preparing him. When the time came, I lifted him to a throne, where David, tending sheep while anointed as king. The fields were his training ground, the Psalms his prayers. I was faithful then, and I'm faithful now. Your trials aren't random. They're refining you like gold and fire, burning away doubt, forging strength. I know it's hard to see now. The pain blinds you. The delays test you. But I'm working, my child. I said, all things work together for good for those who love me. That's not a platitude. It's a promise. The heartbreak, the waiting, the losses, I'm weaving them into something beautiful. One day, you'll look back and see. Every tear watered a testimony. Every struggle built a triumph. When I walked to Calvary, the weight was crushing. The crowd mocked. The nails pierced. It looked like defeat, but the Father was working. 3 days later, I rose, and the world changed. Your trials are like that Friday, my beloved. They hurt, they confuse, but Sunday is coming. I'm preparing your breakthrough, aligning every piece for your good. So hold on. Don't give up when the fire burns hottest. That's when the gold shines brightest. Trust me through the process. I'm not punishing you. I'm shaping you. The wilderness isn't your home. It's your passage to promise. Like a tree in a storm, your roots are digging deeper, your faith growing stronger. You'll stand unshakable because I'm with you. My faithfulness is your anchor. My child, I've never failed you, not once. Every answered prayer, every open door, every grace, it's me, proving I'm here. So lift your eyes from the struggle. See my track record. Let it fuel your hope. Your breakthrough is near, and it'll be worth the wait. I'm turning your trials into testimonies. Trust me, my beloved child, we've walked this path together. Through doubts, through storms, through promises. And now I want you to rest in one unshakable truth. I love you. I am Jesus, the one who left heaven's throne to find you, who bore your sins on a cross, who lives to call you mine. My love isn't a reward you earn. It's a gift I give freely, endlessly, forever. And because I love you, I do the impossible for you. You've carried so much, haven't you? Worries that twist your nights, fears that shadow your days, burdens you think you must bear alone. Stop striving, my child. Lay them at my feet. I didn't die to watch you struggle. I died to set you free. I'm the God who moves mountains, who calms seas, who redeems what's broken. There's no battle I can't win, no door I can't open, no wound I can't heal. Trust me with it all. My love isn't shaken by your weakness. When you stumble, I don't turn away. I run to you. Remember the shepherd who left the 99 for the one. That's me, my beloved. I'd search every hill, every valley to bring you home. I carried that love to Golgotha, where I bled so you'd never be lost. You're not just loved, you're cherished, pursued, held. Look at my hands, my child. See the scars? They're for you. Every drop of blood, every cry of pain. It was my yes to you. My love never fails, never fades, never forgets. Even when you doubt me, even when you wander, I stay. I'm the God who makes a way in deserts, who turns ashes into beauty, who writes hope over despair. And I do it all because you're mine. So rest, my beloved. Stop fighting battles I've already won. Stop carrying weights I've already lifted. I'm working, right now, aligning your life for wonders you can't yet see. Keep walking in faith, even when the road twists. Keep trusting, even when the wait stretches long. Keep believing, even when the miracle hides. I'm here, weaving every thread into a tapestry of grace. Think of the thief beside me on the cross. Broken, dying, unworthy in the world's eyes. One plea, remember me, and I promised in paradise. That's my love, my child, swift, sure, unstoppable. Your breakthrough is coming, and it'll leave you speechless. I'm turning your story into a song of praise, your pain into a beacon of hope. Will you trust me? Will you rest in me? My love is your anchor, my power your strength, my presence your peace. I'm with you, always, forever. No storm can uproot you. No lie can undo you. No darkness can overcome you. I've overcome, and because you're mine, you will too. So hold on, my child. Expect the impossible. Rest in my love. Your miracle is near, and I'm doing it all for you. Amen. This message from Jesus resonates deeply in our fast-paced, uncertain world. Today we face trials, job losses, fractured relationships, health struggles that mirror the burdens he spoke of. His words remind us we're not alone, even when screens and schedules drown out his voice. Like the disciples in the storm, we're tempted to focus on the waves, bills piling up, news blaring fear. But he calls us to fix our eyes on him. His promise to do the impossible offers hope when solutions seem out of reach, whether it's mending a broken family or finding peace amid chaos. My advice, pause daily to surrender your worries. Speak his promises aloud. I am with you. And trust his timing, even when it frustrates you. In a culture obsessed with control, let go and let him fight for you. Reflect on past moments he's carried you through. They're proof he won't stop now. Rest in his love. It's your strength for today's battles and your hope for tomorrow's breakthroughs. He sees you, loves you, and is working miracles right where you stand.